No, drunk driver!
No drunk drives. I'm back. This topic, right here, right now, we're going to talk about. It was actually a tweet from Dr. Boyce Watkins. You know, I follow him on Twitter and amongst various other folks. And I agree a lot of what the brother has to say. He speaks a lot of he makes a lot of intellectual statements and things of that nature. I like his story and overall his message for the most part. So this is not an attack on Dr. Boyce Watkins. It's just an interesting topic that I just want to discuss on based off of his Twitter post. And also, the reason why I'm here is because somebody, I guess, did not fully understand or took my statements out of context and it went awry. It wasn't no beef or anything like that. It was just, I think it was a healthy dialogue and some people learn. And so this is ultimately what I want to do is put this out so that people can learn, so you can see different sides. And yeah, so this is not an attack on Dr. Boyce Watkins. It's mainly just continuing the dialogue. That's it. So salute to that king. Keep doing what you're doing, brother. Support you, you know what I'm saying? So let's get right to it. Here is the initial post. And it's having a pseudo conversation with himself, just getting a message out. So he's, I guess, acting as if the audience member or somebody else is making a statement and then he's responding to it. And he quotes him, in parentheses, "These black women need to stop having babies out of wedlock." And Dr. Boyce Watkins responds with me. "Let's not forget that when a black woman has a baby, a black man is there too. Babies aren't made by one person. Accountability should be spread around, not aimed at one target." Right? And that's the statement. And it was on. We was off to the races. So I come across it on my Twitter feed. By the way, it's hashtag no drunk drivers on Twitter. So yeah, follow your boy. Get them numbers up. And I'll be all around. And my response to it was, understood. But if you're the quote unquote homeowner, isn't it your responsibility to vet who you let enter your home? Quote unquote home. And then I put ouch. Yeah, let me clarify that statement. There's really don't need too much clarification. For those who do not know, I did have I want to say a 3-part series, maybe even a 4-part series on how to identify a dirtbag. There's a correlation between on how to identify a dirtbag and having fatherless children. Because, as I've stated before, what are one of the traits of a dirtbag? Man lays up with women and does not take responsibility after a child is born, meaning he's not handling up on his fatherly duties. You, my friend, are a dirtbag. I made a video about it, put my face on it, I stamped it, and I stand on that comment. Now, of course, the person who responded to my tweet, they don't know this. And I don't know, they were, you can tell this sister is very enlightened. I think she got emotional. And you can tell, but here we go. The phone always go off every time I get busy. So here goes the response of this queen. It's Nikki at Justice Now 2020. This is no shot at you, queen. No shot at all. It's just healthy dialogue. Because the tweet, you can only put so many characters. And it's a lot to unravel. It's a lot to unravel within that small allotted text. So I understand there's no beef. It's just conversation. Salute to you. She goes on to say, our culture is seriously in trouble. No other racial group talks like this. SMH, shaking my head. Sometimes women don't have that control. White supremacists blame black people for slavery, and you're telling me you're solely blaming black women for having babies or not choosing abortions? Question marks. So this is what I respond with. Not my tweet, but my opinion on this topic basically come down to the power of choice. Unless they are being raped, how does the woman not have control on who they sleep with? Respectfully, I do not see the connection with slavery and a woman's choice on who she sleeps with. That was my response. She goes, and oh yeah, she dropped the bomb. She hit me with 3 of them jokers. Back to back to back, back to back, back to back. She did a Drake on me. So she responds with, white supremacists unnecessarily blame black people by saying, well, if Africans didn't sell Africans, then we wouldn't have slavery. Failing to take responsibility for their role in white supremacy and the ongoing caste system in America. Contrastly, some black men are blaming black women for having a baby when it takes 2 people to make a baby. Both parties are responsible for that life. When society mocks black women for being single parents, black men dip left and let black women take all the hits. The lack of marriages in our community is the problem. Black men should hold each other accountable because you're kings and you're better than that. Don't keep this is where I'm like, come on now, you're taking it too far. You're taking a shot at me, queen. You took a shot at me. You say you didn't, but you took a shot. Ooh, try to hit me in that stomach, but I'm quick with it, baby. I'm quick. I'll be dodging, you know what I'm saying? So she puts, and here go the shot. Don't keep the white masses' view of black women alive. Oh yeah, we're gonna unpack that one. We have to take back the black family, the black community, and black wealth. We miss out on wealth because there is just I just want to remain single mindset in our men within our community. So this is what I put. Understood. I believe if we were to discuss without limited text, there would be clarity. I'm well versed in a lot of areas. I do understand the effects of being colonized. I resent that comment about me siding with Master. Oh yeah, you took a shot at me, queen. You took a shot at me. And people who do know me, that's the last thing I do is side with Master. Right? It appears emotions are spearheading responses. Ooh, there you go, that's where you hit them. Ooh, that gut punch, you try to hit me with one, yeah. I caught you with that gut punch. She responds with, I wasn't directing a personal insult at you, brother. Yes, it was. I mean, why would you throw out Master? Come on, man. You know what that means. I was speaking in general context that the way black men see black women and vice versa trickle down from the masses plantation. Our community socially is broken. I'm always open to solutions. One-sided blame is always misguided. Now there are a few threads on this tweet. There's just one of them. I'm gonna break them all down. After what she just said, white supremacy. I do understand the effects of colonization. I totally understand that. And you equating basically absent fathers. The reason I come to that conclusion is it's about absent fathers is because if the fathers were present and they were handling their fatherly duties, then I don't think there would be an issue, correct? So this is not about good fathers. This is about bad fathers or absentee fathers. Now, it wasn't stated directly in the text, but I'm just going off the assumption because we're stating about a problem. And I don't see a problem. And I think you can agree with that too, that there's not a problem with a good father. I think we both can agree with that. That's clear cut. So it has to be about bad fathers, correct? Correct. You can correct me if I'm wrong. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but this is what I'm doing. I'm unpacking so we can get to the crux of this thing. And you stated about the white supremacy effect and having a mindset of quote unquote master and things of that nature. And that's why I come in and I guess you can say, hey, I don't want to say challenging, but I just want to, for clarification purposes, because people can learn from this topic. Yes, people can learn from this topic. So we're talking about bad fathers. This is where I'm going to go down that road because I think we've established good fathers. That's not the talking point. It's bad fathers. Now, in order to become a father, what must be done? This is where I go. I go to the root. Now you're going into the mental side of the bad fathers. I get it. I understand what you're talking about. The thing that I am discussing is in order to become a father, because that's down the road. If I meet someone right now or anybody, that doesn't mean if I'm interacting with them, it does not mean that I am a father. In order for me to become a father, I must go that extra route, or no, I'm gonna say extra route. These are levels. So there's another level involved. That means we have engaged in sexual activity, correct? And we're not talking about having sex with strangers. Well, maybe they are. Maybe that's why they are having bad fathers. Anywho, we're talking about a next level. I understand that. But until, in order to get to that point, you must start at step 1. In order to get to Z, you got to do A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Don't forget the steps. And this is what I am trying to say. That the vetting process, this is what I mean when I made the statement of, hey, if I am a homeowner, isn't it the homeowner's responsibility to vet who they let in their home? Meaning, vet. I'm gonna say it again, vet. That is a critical word, a critical key word in my stance. Vet who you let in your home, which is why I had the Dirtbag series, so that you can identify the dirtbag. It's titled, How to Identify a Dirtbag. Because if a dirtbag is identified, someone who's has the traits of an absentee father, I doubt very seriously that these women will go to step 2 with these type of men. Now, I'm not saying that there does not need to be any type of education going on men becoming fathers or how to raise boys into men. I am not stating that. I am not stating that. And this is what I said on my videos. That is true. There are some dirtbag men out here. And I guess in a utopian society, yes, it should be 50-50 on as far as responsibility. That seems to be one of the talking points. But in the real world, we both know when man and woman interact and a child is born, the woman typically is there throughout the whole ordeal. And the man, if he's a quality man, he stays there. If he's not a quality man, he bounces. Hence, you got child support, absentee fathers, aka dirtbags. Who's holding the stress, the burden, right? I'm not saying I agree with the absentee father. I'm just going by reality. Who's holding the burden? It is you. So if you are holding the burden, right, it would behoove you to be extra careful. This is not demeaning. This is not pointing fingers. I'm just stating reality. And in order to come to to find solution, you must identify the problem, the root cause. Not so much problem, but hey, start here. You eliminate the cause, that's the cure. You eliminate the cause, that's the cure. Now, I guess the whole thing is they're thinking that the cause is, hey, it's 50% man and 50% woman. I'm taking it a little bit further with saying, hey, I get what you're saying with the man holding responsibility, but in order to even get to that step, you got to lay down with that man. Vet who you're choosing to lay down. Vet. Look up the word. Vet to the people. I'm sure this sister knows that word. To the people who's watching, if you don't know that word, look it up. Vet. 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 And that's the how to identify a dirtbag comes into play. That's when that comes into play. You wouldn't have a child with that man if you thought he was going to be an absentee father. I don't think that. Maybe I'm giving people too much credit. I don't know. But I really and I seriously doubt that you would have a child with the man who has said or be like, hey, you identified as got to be an absentee father and you go ahead anyway. How do I identify a dirtbag? Hey, stop going. And this is why I said this, because I hear it all the time. Oh, he dressed good. Oh, he smelled good. Oh, he's tall. Oh, he got good hair. Oh, he make me laugh. Nothing about character. It says nothing about problem solving. It doesn't identify anything about the morale, what's inside of that man. Nothing. But these are the talking points that I hear all the time. I'm not saying that this is you. I'm just going by what I've heard and what I see, just by living in real world. And I analyze what's going on. I see it all the time. And so if these women are not educating themselves on the traits and the habits of man, especially the dirtbag man, and they keep falling susceptible to the same game being ran from hundreds of years or whatever, it's the same game. They doing the same thing over and over and nobody's learning from this. I guarantee you, if the woman would vet more, vet, and we're not talking about cheaters, because I put that on that series as well. We're not talking about that because if a man cheats, he can do co-parenting. That does not mean he's going to run away or whatever. Got a real life example in the military.